Hello YouTubers. It's Tuesday, the 9th? 8, 9? I think it's the 9th. Where is it? Hang on. Where am I? Well, let's see, that's 2020, so 21, yeah, so it's the 10th today, I think. It was about, it got really hot today, about 105. And, heading home, and I saw something by the dumpster, and here's what I saw. Somebody had thrown it there. I actually drove past it and backed up and said, did I see what I thought I saw? This here, it is a inverter assembly. It says inverter assembly with converter. So I'm saying this is probably off a Prius. When I was driving by, I saw this. I saw this copper shining at me. And I'm going to weigh this up here in a little bit before I take it apart. But I just wanted to show you what I was doing. And I'm going to tear it apart and see what's in it. So I'm going to cut this off, put it on a scale, and then we'll zoom in on it while we take it apart then. Alright. Okay, I'm back. It weighs in at 30 pounds. So we're going to do a bunch of grounding out to make sure this thing still isn't holding a charge. At our property we have a whole bunch of Priuses. People, Algerians that live on our property, we have tons of Priuses. I kid you not, we must have had like 30 Priuses on our property. They love them. I wouldn't have one, but you know what? So, they're pretty economical, I guess. And we'll start taking this apart. See what we got in here. So, let's see here. Ooh. Looks like an oil pan. There's little nipples you see right here, and I'm kind of wondering if this is water cooled. Because there's one on this side, and then there's one on the other side, so I'm wondering if there's water goes through this thing somehow. And it cools down this deal here. So I'm going to put you on pause again. This thing's going to take me a while to get it off. Okay, I got the 10 bolts off. Standing around waiting for somebody to get 10 bolts off is probably like watching paint dry. It's boring as hell. See, there's little dowel pins here. Maybe if I get it over the dowel pins. Okay. Alright. This is not working well. I think I need to get a beefier screwdriver. I'm going to do that right now. Where's my big beefcakes? Here's the beefcakes. This is the big one. Okay, let me pry on this one a while. Let's see if I can get it loose. Okay, I just got it loose. Made a thumping noise here. It was a dowel pin that was holding it up, but ooh, look at that. Look at all that fancy stuff in there. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Boop. Wow, some fancy goodies in there. Look at that. Holy cow. All kinds of electronics. Copper. So, let's see that we can grab stuff out. I don't want to get zapped. All kinds of copper in that one. Man. Circuit boards. Copper. Are there any other lids that come off this thing here? Let's see here. Here's a little end cap. Still, here's the top. That's nothing, just a piece of plastic. So it looks like you got to take this thing apart. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 bolts around here, and then I should be able to split this case in two. So let me get those 11 bolts out, and we'll split this case in two, and we'll see what this thing's all about again. Okay, put you on hold again. Alright, we're back. Took all the bolts off it. Plus I took 4 off here. There's a big old plug right here. So let's see if we can get this thing loose. Sounds like it's coming loose. If you want to save it, don't do this. Oop, there's a hollow sound. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get this case split here. There's a rubber gasket right here. And there's a couple pins right here. Here's a couple of dowel pins. Maybe if I get the pins loose, start there. That seemed to work with the other one. Where are my big screws? Oh, here it is. Seemed to work on that other little pan thing. Let's hammer around. There's some tabs. Let's try knocking this corner out here. That's pretty loose. There we go. Looks like it's getting loose, but all the way up. Let's get the big one in here. See, there's something screwed on here. I might have to take that off. Might be something hanging up here. Let it come apart. Or maybe I have to take a whole bunch of these bolts off to get it apart. Yeah. Huh. Man, it's got lugs and things everywhere. Well, it looks like maybe this top might pop off. Oh. There's another piece of plastic. Maybe just getting it past this thing, huh? Maybe this whole top just pops off. Seems like it should. Seems like this end's more hollow than the other end. This end here is hollower. This one down, this other part seems like maybe it has all the components in it. Something gave way. Oh. Look at that. Yeah, it's got some brass components back there that are stuck to the top of the case. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. I'll take those straps off there. Here, let me take off the holder and let you take you for a spin around this thing. Pretty interesting little beast. I used my screwdriver with insulated deal. Some kind of lugs there. Something back in here. These things here are screwed to something on the back side there. There's a little inspection plate. Let's see, maybe that plate comes off. I can get in there. Mess around with this too much without gloves. Yeah, it looks like maybe this plate comes off, and then I can get at those 3 lugs. So let me get at that. I'll put you back in the holder and see if I can get that top cover off. Alright. Okay, let me start this one again. The battery went dead, so I'm not sure what. Here's those lugs. I'm sorry. These are the ones that it's the bolts I had to take off to get the top off. Here's the 3 there. And this looks like it's a computer board or something. That looks like some kind of rheostat. And there's a computer board here. Some more lugs here. And I thought these were for water, but maybe they're not. Maybe there's some kind of vacuum. Huh, I don't know what those are. But man, there's all kinds of nuts and bolts on this. The nice thing about them, they're all the same size. And what is this socket? This socket is a 10 millimeter, so pretty much everything on here is 10 millimeter. So it should be kind of easy, somewhat easy to take it apart, but I'm going to take all this apart. There's a lot of copper in here. See if it's worth my time. I mean, it wasn't easy, it wasn't light, it's 30 pounds, but let's strip all the stuff off it and see what it's worth. Okay, well that's fun. Something new for my channel. Seem to be hitting the good stuff here. Put my gloves on here. Nicked up my hands today doing stuff. So, alright, well, we'll pull some more of this apart and I'll bring you back and we'll look at what I took apart. Alright. Alright, so I took this piece off out of here. That's the empty part, and we wondered, I thought this might have been a computer board, but it's not. Look on the bottom side here, it says Panasonic. Right there by my thumb. Panasonic SHM film capacitor, made in Japan. Let's see here, microfarads, it's 888 microfarads. We'll see 888 microfarads, and the air conditioners, I think my biggest one I ever put on was a 45 microfarad. So this is quite the deal here. And the bolts, the sizes changed. I had to eat my words. I had to put another socket on here, and this one, let's say the last one was a 10, and this one's at 8. So, all right, so take that apart. Put that over there. Here's a nice big chunk of aluminum. I'll have to weigh this up. Not bad. And put this on the ground somewhere over here. And we'll start into this thing. After I finish tearing all the little tabs off that, we'll start taking the bolts out of this and see what this is going to bring us. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I got the lugs all off that thing, and here's the 3 lugs it's stuck on. They were right over here. Still a nut there. But I got that off, and the top came off. Looks like there wants to be some kind of probably circuit board in here. It's got these copper deals. Alright, let's see what comes apart. I took every nut and bolt off this thing I can. Got one back here in the corner I'm having a hard time getting at, but okay. Thought I'd taken those all off. Alright. Oh, we got another one here, that's why. Okay. Ha! I always forget that one, don't you? Take something off. Maybe I forgot more than one. Today I forgot more than one. I forgot two. Alright, let's see this. Come on. There we go. Did take this one out all the way. Alright. I think I'm just going to get my side cutter. Since I'm really not worried about what's what here. Cut these wires. That way I don't have to unplug anything. There we go. Just got some copper in there. Here's the circuit board. Take that out a few more turns, and maybe this one out a few more turns. Yeah. And we got some wires here. And we got a wire here. And a wire here. Okay. There's a circuit board. We take those at the jump place too. So I have, looks like 4 Phillips screws. Oh, too busy here, too fast. There's one. You'll be able to see what's underneath here. Underneath this circuit board too. This is quite the... I wonder how much something like this costs. I'll have to look. I'm sure it's probably pretty expensive. Everything on those Priuses. I think the batteries are somewhere around a couple grand. That would probably be the cheap ones. Oh, one right there in the middle. Right in the middle. Okay. It's just not coming off. Okay. Took all the screws out of it. Must be something more. You can see it's all soldered up to this thing here, underneath here. This piece here is all soldered up along the edges here. I'll grab the camera. Yeah, get my gloves off and show you. I might have to end up cutting all that. See all those things right there? Those are all soldered up to the panel right up here on top. They're all soldered up along the edge here. That's all the screws I had taken out. So, well, I think I might have to work on this a little bit tomorrow. I'm getting kind of tired. Put a long day in today. So I think I'll just leave my camera down here. And we'll see if we can't get this circuit board. Get the circuit board off here and just see what's underneath there. Underneath here we've just got another, that's all this stuff here. Hang on. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Yeah, this is all the other stuff, so I might have to take some screws out of here for that other side to come off. But I think I'm going to get some good copper out of here. Still have some there. And I have a couple piece right here, and I had put some in there already, so I might get a couple pounds out of this maybe. Alright, so we're going to catch up on this one tomorrow. Alright, bye. I started pulling this coil thing apart, and look at looks like a slinky. So we're going to keep pulling this thing apart. Oh, come on. Jeez. Tell you what, you get no peace. No peace ever. Damn phones. Alright. Oh, let's get back to having fun instead of answering the stupid phones. Alright, let's get this thing. Still looks like a slinky though. It's all wrapped around these squares. You can see they're wrapped around this thing here. Yeah. There we go. That's what's left. Little square deal. So those were all wrapped around there. And I still have some up on this end. It's kind of like, what do they call popping those little packing the little plastic wrap things that got the little things and you can pop them. Man. Come on, baby. Bet you I'll probably get that. These things there will probably be hooked to it. It's probably all one piece. Looks like it. I wonder how much this thing weighs. Come on. One more to pull out. Yep, it is hooked right into that thing. Whatever this stuff is coming off of my gloves. There we go. I don't know what that crap is. Is it a magnet? Nope, not a magnet. Some kind of junk. So there it is. This big long piece. Back here. So I got this big long piece. Knock over the tripod here. Whoa, watch out. Crazy man. So I got this little piece of plastic. I'll pull that off, but there's some good copper. Alright, back at it. Alright, got everything pulled apart. Just these steel bolts that I took out of there. The bolts were 1.5 pounds of bolts that I took out of this thing. And this pan was 2 pounds. So that's 4.6 pounds of steel. The copper turned out to be 2 pounds 8 ounces of copper. These are aluminum. So these 2 chunks of aluminum turned out to be 8 pounds and 2 ounces. These are these electrical boards. I see there's some copper in this one here. I'm going to snag that out of there. But I don't know about these other boards, what they're worth. It never said on there. And then I have some plastics here that I'm going to put into the recycle bin. I wanted to show you something on this. This is pretty funny. This thing here, this is that piece where the water comes into here, comes out over there. It's a kind of a cooling deal. It cools all the electronics down. But here, watch my finger if you can see it here. Let's see if you get it. Boop. Boop. Look at that. It's like jelly. This is all full of jelly. Some sort of... all these circuit boards are covered in jelly. So I don't know how, Nick, if you were to scrap that out, I'm not sure how you would do that. So I'm just going to throw that out. But if I add everything together, I end up with about 15.3 pounds. And this thing weighed 30, so I have 15 pounds worth of recyclable stuff and 15 pounds worth of scrap. The last time I went on that tankless water heater, so I should be making around $15.70 on all this. And that's without whatever they give me for these electrical boards, and I'll have to find that out. I'm not sure what I'll be getting on those, but They said they took electrical boards. I had a little one there, but I don't see it on the sheet, and I forgot to ask the guy because I was busy, so I will find out this time. But, you know, it's a lot of aluminum, copper, steel. Can't believe it's £1.50 of these bolts. Ah. And then this heavy steel plate. So, hey, not too bad. Again, it's free. It was free. It was sitting next to the dumpster. I just picked it up, took it apart, shot a video of what was inside this inverter. It's a inverter converter, however you want to go about it. Changes DC to AC. This is a third generation inverter converter from a Toyota Prius. So it just changes DC voltage from the batteries to AC, which these motors are actually, these motors are three-phase electric motors that drive these cars. So you really have to watch yourself. That's why I was grounding everything out in this in case there was a capacitor in there, which was still charged up. I didn't want to end up killing myself because those capacitors hold a charge. I know from working on ACs, and you take those capacitors off, and you have to short them out so that they don't turn into a hot potato and zap you. Those electric cars can kill you, so you have to be really careful when you work on those. So this is Rick, another scrapping deal, and it's something different. All right, catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.